everyone. Day one students, very excited. So we just want to prep because we all know day one of school always creates anxiety, right? Can we find our class on time? But this year presents new challenges because you can't look for our Wildcat ambassadors in the hallway. You can't look for our ROTC cadets who are helping students get to the right class. So I want to just take a moment to help us set ourselves up for success. So one of the first things you want to do is probably start by going to the school homepage. Ultimately, we're going to want to get to Canvas, but let's not assume that we know how to get there first, right? So the best thing you could probably do is start by going to the school homepage, ojrsd.com. Now, this is the district homepage. What you'll notice is you can drop down to the high school to get specific information. We actually have a whole tab dedicated to fall reopening. So for schedules and other important information, you can go there. And then if you click on the students tab on anywhere, even on the main page, it'll get you to Canvas and Skyward. Those are the number two things. And so what you might want to do for yourself is there's a bookmarks bar here. So if you look on your browser in the three dots, just make sure that you're showing the bookmark bar. And then anytime you see the star here, it gives you the ability to bookmark something. And then you can even right click to edit the name, to just shortcut it so it's not as long, whatever the case may be. So that might be something to help set yourself up for success. So you know how to get to meet.google.com, you know how to get to Canvas, Skyward, and the homepage. Those are really important links. You can even create a folder in which you drop all of them in. If you're finding that you have too many shortcuts, you can actually consolidate them in folders. So once you have all of that set, you're going to want to make sure that you've looked in Skyward, you know exactly what your schedule is, who your teacher is, and in what order. If you're looking for information like the time of the day and the bell schedule, that's when going to the high school page and the fall opening plan, we'll select that. But we know 7:30 starts period 1. So once I've clicked on the Canvas white box, it should log me in. It may ask you for Google credentials, but if you're already on your Chromebook, it should authorize. I have seen in the past where students have gotten this type of error. This just means that you accidentally have your personal Gmail attached, so you always want to check in your browser to make sure that you're seeing your .NET account, because this is Google saying, I don't recognize this, you're not part of our OJRSD.net family. So you just want to sign out of the browser and make sure that you're actually attaching your school credentials. All right, and so once you get to your dashboard, I just want to give you a great tip. If you do have the ability to change your dashboard, but what's really cool about the card view is you can go up here and name a nickname so that maybe you're going to put it as the period and what time that class starts, and then you can even drag around so that they're in the order. Or maybe you just do the nickname, and then a lot of students like list view because it actually acts as a planner with your courses going down. So some people like that view. So you'll have plenty of time in the first couple weeks to kind of see what works for you. There's a lot of great organizational features like the calendar as well. So right before class starts, let's say 7:15, 7:20, right? You don't want to go too early because think about like if you're in the hallway and your teacher's making copies and the door is locked and you can't get in. That might happen with Google Meet, so you'll just have to be patient. But if you go to their course, your first period course, what you're going to notice is the teacher has provided a Google Meet nickname that you can copy so that you don't misspell it, a link to Google, but it's just meet.google.com. And then you're going to have the ability to use a meeting code, and that's where you're going to paste in that code. Now, when you hit continue, if you look at the bottom left here and it says you cannot start a meeting, it just means basically the virtual version of your teacher has the door locked and isn't there yet because they're doing something else. So you just want to be patient day one, right? It's new for everyone, and so we want to make sure we have a good flow, right? So normally, though, when the meeting has started, it will take you to a screen to check your camera so that you can either toggle it on or off. You can then turn your microphone off so that you should always go into a meeting muted, and then wait for your teacher to decide how they're going to run class, to know how they're going to use the chat, if they're going to allow you to unmute. And so now you're just setting yourself up for success. Do you have a notebook and paper ready? How are you taking notes? Do you know how to split your screen, right? Have you looked through the orientation videos that I provided to give you some of those quick tips? Those are just some of the things that you'll want to make sure you're ready for. And then at that point, we just enjoy the day and we do what we do, which is continue to learn and continue to grow.